Alright, so Seattle was once known as the birthplace of grunge, but now, with all of the technology coming in, we are known as one of the biggest tech hub cities in the entire nation. So there are a lot of locals wanting to move outer to a little bit more quieter areas, and there's a lot of you people moving who want to find those quieter areas outside of Seattle as well. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the top 11 suburbs all over Seattle, and we're going to show you on the map exactly where they're at. It's going to be an incredible video about the top 11 suburbs of Seattle, so stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkey with the Real Agent Now Group right here in Seattle, Washington. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to learn everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, and the top suburbs of Seattle, then start now by subscribing to this channel and tap that little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. Honestly, we get so many phone calls, emails, and text messages from people moving or relocating anywhere in the Seattle metro. If you are even thinking about moving or relocating here, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the Seahawk. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Seattle, Washington. All right, so yes, we work all around Seattle. Downtown Seattle is what everybody thinks about, but there are some incredible suburbs just outside of it. So we're going to talk about, the top 11 suburbs, and when we talk about the top 11, there's some criteria. And with that, there's the amount of amenities per, capita, the lower crime rate, low unemployment rates, and one of the biggest factors in Seattle, the commute time. So that's going to kick us off with number 11, and this is Bothell. Now, Bothell is going to be the farthest northeast that we talk about. It's in an incredible area, and it's going to be just to the north and to the east of Lake Washington. So it's going to be a very beautiful area. Anytime you're next to any of these lakes, Lake Sammamish, Lake Washington, Lake Union, any of these areas, they're going to be very pretty. You're going to have some views, trees, and Bothell is actually going to be an area where you're probably going to find the most affordability out of any of these suburbs that we talk about. The cool thing about Bothell is that it's actually got a bunch of wineries around there, so you can enjoy your wine tastings. The Bothell Farmers Market to get your local produce. You'll find that a lot around Seattle. The farmers markets are just killer. I love them. And you're also going to be very close to, hiking, trails. The Burt Gilman and the Sammamish Lake Trail, it actually, goes right up through there. So you can hop onto that. It's a 20-mile trail. But yes, Bothell is definitely one of the top suburbs. All right, so number 10 on the list is going to be Edmonds. Now, Edmonds is actually going to be the farthest north. It's literally just straight north of Seattle. So you can take I-5 right down. There's actually a train that will take you to there as well. But you're going to have a ferry there. You're going to have the marina. You are going to be right on the edge of the Puget Sound. So you're going to get some incredible views there. There's a lot of ranging house prices there because you can get some views in the couple of millions, obviously. And then, you can find actually some down in the, $600,000 range that are going to be obviously not close to the water, but Edmonds' little downtown scene is super fun too. So this is going to be a lot of really pretty views. You got your shops, boutiques, down at the little main, downtown of Edmonds. Plus you get all those views. You get the Puget Sound, you get the water sports, and you get that marina, and there's a ferry that comes out of there as well. So Edmonds is definitely a spot we see a lot of people moving to. So number 9 on the list is the Lake Forest area. It's just north of Lake Washington, and it's kind of like the Bothell. Bothell's just over to the east a little bit, but you're going to be right in the middle of I-5 and the 405, right at the northern tip of Lake Washington. In fact, there's a little downtown scene right there by the water, so you can actually see it. And it's going to have all your shops, movie theaters, restaurants, bars. So you really get a kind of a good mix of living, the lake and the views. Plus you get a little downtown action. You're just north of Seattle, so it's really not far from downtown. That's an incredible area. You're going to have a lot of trees and parks and hiking, walking. So yeah, there's a lot of commonalities in these, but it all boils down to, commute time again. We got to figure out where you're moving to. So that is the number one thing. If you are thinking of moving or relocating, shoot us that text message or call and we'll find your perfect spot. Number 8 on the list is going to be Kirkland, Washington. Now it is on the east side of Lake Washington. If you do like the nightlife, but you don't want to be downtown Seattle, Kirkland's going to be, the spot you want to be. It probably has the best, nightlife. It has the best, like, downtown scene, lots of boutiques, shops, restaurants, art galleries, live music. It's got a very vibrant, feeling to it. And you can have lake living right there. You can enjoy all the boating, fishing, swimming. And it is just an incredible area, and it has a ton of parks that are very well maintained. All right, so number 7, we are going to go the farthest east now, and this is Sammamish. So you're going to be on the east side of Lake Sammamish. Gorgeous. I mean, not much more you can say. A lot of these areas are. That's what Seattle is. But Sammamish, you can get right up there on the lake and have incredible lake views. Your own dock, boating, fishing, swimming. And then, if you go out to the east a little bit, big, tall, old growth trees, a lot of parks, 2 incredible golf courses out there. So if you love golf, maybe you're a family coming here, golfing with the family, with the kids at some of the country clubs is amazing. But yeah, they have incredible schools, and it actually has the lowest crime rate out of any of these 11 suburbs that we talk about. Can't say enough about Sammamish, but it is the farthest east. So if commuting to downtown, if that's what you're going to be doing, it will be your longest commute. All right, so number 6 on the list is one of my absolute favorites, and that is Bellevue, Washington. You may already know a lot about it, but it is just to the east of downtown with no traffic. You can get there in like 10 minutes. There is so much to do. There's so many jobs. A lot of people are moving there. And you also have the Bellevue Square down there. It's like 200 plus shops, boutiques. It's all covered, so even if it's raining, you have the kids park down there, which is one of the biggest kid parks ever. We love going down there. Big water features. There's bands playing out there. The old Bellevue is loaded to the gills with like independent shops, restaurants, bars. Bellevue is, one of the top spots, and it's got some of the best schools you will find in the state of Washington as well. So Bellevue, you got Microsoft, Nintendo, Boeing, you got a lot of commerce over there. So that is what puts Bellevue at number 6. So number 5 on the list is going to be Newcastle. Now Newcastle, if you want the giant lot, you want a big, big home on that big lot, Newcastle is where you're going to want to be. Plus, we find a lot of people who like to go there who are very active outdoors, whether it's hiking, running, jogging, or riding your bike. There's a lot of very competitive hills over there and trails, and you're right next to Cougar Mountain. That's just down to the southeast of you, where you have huge rolling hills and views and vistas, and tons and tons of trails. So there are a lot of challenging hills and stuff around there. Plus, you also are loaded with parks, golf courses. The Coal Creek Park, you can walk right along waterfalls, and it's just an incredibly gorgeous area. It's probably going to be the most, nature, biggest lots, big homes, and, challenging hills and stuff. But on its western border, you're going to be right there on Lake Washington, so you can get those lake views as well. But I would recommend, if you want some of the best views of, kind of nature, just down to that southeast, to that Cougar Mountain area, is unbelievable, and they're building a lot of really nice new homes up there. All right, so number 4 on the list, it's actually going to beat the last one I just talked about when you want the most, nature and parks. It's Issaquah. It's going to be, south of Sammamish, so it's right there on I-90 though, so you can actually get in and out of there quickly. But you do have a lot of your, shops, restaurants, bars in Issaquah, but you are absolutely surrounded by mountains, nature, national forest. So you have Squaw Mountain State Park, you have Cougar Mountain, you have Tiger Mountain, and you have Lake Sammamish Park, all surrounding you right there. So yes, this is going to be the most nature. It does pull you out away from Seattle a long way. So if you're working downtown Seattle, again, this will be a pretty long commute, but having I-90 right there and other transit options is nice. But Bellevue's not far, a lot of those areas. So Issaquah is absolutely gorgeous. All right, we're cracking into the top 3, and the number 3 is Redmond. Now, Redmond is literally just north of Lake Sammamish, and just to the northeast of Bellevue. You kind of get to enjoy that. You are in a great spot for schools, for your kids, parks. There's a 684-acre park there, Marymore Park, right on the northern edge of Lake Sammamish. Absolutely stunningly beautiful. I did a full vlog on that one, as well as Bellevue. So if you want to watch full vlogs on those where we walk the streets and show everything, go watch those right after this. But I love Redmond. There's a lot of young professionals, working over there, and there's a lot of retirees who are living there and have grown up there and lived there their whole lives, raised families there. You have a kind of a cool new downtown scene with a bunch of shops and restaurants, and then really nice new end condos above them. You have the older part of Redmond, and you have again, the Marymore Park, which is right there, and you have that Lake Sammamish trail. It takes you straight out of there and goes up to some of those first areas I was talking about, Bothell and all that, around Lake Washington and down into downtown Seattle. It's a 20-mile, hilly hike, and it's really cool. So that's what you get there. You're going to get top schools, a lot of parks. You get all the shops, restaurants, a lot of newer ones too, as well as the old part. Redmond, can't say enough about. Number 2 on the list is probably going to be, one of the more private suburbs. It's Woodinville. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, it's not far from downtown Seattle. It's kind of next to that Bothell area, a little bit to the east. But it's going to be really, a little bit more quiet, but there are a lot of wineries in this area. There's a lot of farmers markets. Again, if you want more of like the quiet, peaceful, Woodinville is going to be an incredible area for that. But it's going to have good schools. You are close to downtown, so you're not too far from Lake Washington or Lake Sammamish right to the south. You're kind of right in the middle of it. All right, so the number 1, the big kahuna, Mercer Island. It is literally smack dab in the middle of Lake Washington. You have Seattle just to your west. You have Bellevue just to the east. It is kind of all-encompassing. You don't have to leave there. You can go down to like 78th Street and you'll have a lot of restaurants, bars. You see a lot of young families around here too. I mean, there's a lot of older generations here. The housing is definitely more expensive. The schools are incredible, but you can do all the walking, hiking you want all around the lake. You have so much lake living right there. You got incredible views. You can get up just in the shore there and get up and see all of the water around you. It's really an incredible area. People just love Mercer Island, and they don't move very often. So Mercer Island is the top number 1, but there are incredible. These aren't the only ones. There are so many more, but finding out exactly what you're moving to Seattle for is what we do. We are incredible at finding the perfect location that fits your lifestyle and what you are moving to Seattle for. The only way to do that, you've got to reach out and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the Sea Heart. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Seattle, Washington. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.